And just like that, brother, another great trip coming to an end.
Another one, man. Thank you for coming.
No, no, it was my pleasure, man. I really enjoyed myself this trip. It's always bittersweet the last day when I've got to go home.
Yeah.
I know I've got an early flight in the morning, but we made the most of this week.
Normally we do like the end of the year together. This time we're doing beginning of the year, so we start 2026 in a good way. Good friendship. A lot of work to accomplish. So we're ready for the new year.
Yeah, I felt like this was a little bit different of a trip. Got to see you open the factory the first part of the year instead of close it down. Um, we ate a little healthier.
Yeah.
We made it to the gym just about every
Yeah.
single day.
We drink
Quite a bit less.
less, way less.
Yeah, way less than normal. But no, it was a healthy start to the new year. But I had to make a list. We've got a bunch of stuff coming out, and that was really the purpose of this trip was to get some good work done. And we had some projects we started early last year.
Yeah.
They've been in the aging room. We've got bands that we're picking up on Thursday. We got some stuff. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about what we have coming out, a little bit about what we did over the course of the week.
Yeah.
I got a chance to go with you to forecast tobacco for the year, and we won't say the numbers publicly, but all I can say is this is a very expensive business.
Yeah. And you went to the warehouse also. We were finishing like fermentation there from
Yeah,
the tobacco from last year,
yeah,
packing tobacco.
that's the tobacco you grow.
Yeah, the tobacco I grow.
So we got to see the Dominican stuff that
Yeah.
Henderson's been working on for the last several years, becoming more and more vertically integrated.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that tobacco pile up, and now it has some good age on it, and start working with that. But then we also got to go, like I said, and meet with one of your suppliers
Yeah.
and kind of, I don't know if it was negotiate, but really forecast for the year. And the numbers are just crazy. I mean, this is a very expensive business. But you've come a long way, and you've got your own tobacco now.
Yeah.
You've got your own factory now, and your brand's on fire.
Thanks God.
Yeah, so it's been really cool. He had a big motocross thing on Sunday,
Yeah, we have a big event.
and so I set that one out. But we have a friend from one of the tobacco companies that showed me a few places in town that I haven't been.
Yeah.
It's one thing about Santiago, man. It's a growing city. And I'm blessed to be in Dallas, and Dallas is a booming city. It's certainly on the move, but I come here and there's cranes everywhere. There's always something new opening. Seems like the economy is doing very well here, and it's just good to see the city.
I
You know,
mean, we are like a small country. We a lot of move. People work, people hang out. Like every night that we went out,
yeah,
like even beginning of the year, it's January,
yeah.
right?
Everybody's
It
kind
was
of
like we
focused.
went out on Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah,
Everywhere was like cool, some good vibe.
for sure.
So we always have a good time.
Yep. No, it's a great city. I always have a blast here. This was a week-long trip, but it easily could have been 2 weeks. But let's talk a little bit about what we have coming up.
All right?
So last year we brought in a fresh roll, what we call our fresh rolls. It's a naked, unbanded cigar, and we did it in broadleaf Maduro, and we did a Connecticut. And at first, we didn't really market it. We didn't really talk about it, and that cigar was like kind of slow taking off. But then it just like caught fire the last few months, and people have been coming in and really stocking up on those. And we've run out of the broadleaf a couple times. But we've got good production on that.
Yep.
So the broadleaf will be back. The Connecticut will be back. For the buck, that cigar is an incredible deal. And so what we did, kind of a surprise, is now we've got a Habano coming out.
Yep.
So it's a box press Habano Toro. It's a really cool shape. It's like a soft box press. I don't know. I really enjoy smoking it. But tell us a little bit about that blend.
I mean, first of all, like those are projects that we just commit to the same criteria and standard that we have in the factory for all the product. Everything's being aged for over a year. So this is something that we do here. Age of tobacco, age of the cigar, plus the blend, the commitment issues. There's like two amazing blends that I create together with Brandon. Brandon, do you know that I trust your palate more than pretty much anybody else? Um, And I think I need to call you also to taste some of the new project that I doing like outside your stuff, right?
Yeah, well, I got
I
an
think like
opportunity.
every time that you try anything that we make before it came out, you already like baptized that like that's gonna be a hit, and it happens,
I remember
right?
smoking the Blue Eye Jack the first time, and I said, "Buddy, you got a hit on your hands, man. Like this cigar's gonna go crazy."
So it's been great. I mean, the commitment issue came in with two blends and Maduro, Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, and then the Connecticut Ecuadorian one. The broadleaf, it was like I'm playing on my water. This is a tobacco that I have a lot of control, in terms of blending. And then the Connecticut is something that is more your aisle, um, and we just accomplished a great blend.
Yeah,
And then the box press Habano, that's been a blend that I've been playing out for a long time, and and I mean we helped we finish it, and that was last year when we were working for the last anniversary.
yeah. It was a blend that Henderson brought to me, and I mean he gets all the credit for that blend. But we just need to find a home for it. We originally thought that it might be an anniversary blend. We thought about changing the size of the anniversary cigar. That cigar just smoked really well in that size. That's the size you
Amazing.
created it to be. You blended it for that size. And we just decided to kind of bring it in as a fresh roll just so that we could get it into consumers' hands. It's got plenty of age on it. It doesn't make sense sitting in the aging room. It needs to get in consumers' hands. So we'll be bringing you the new Habano fresh roll. That'll be rolling out like immediately. He mentioned the commitment issues, the Connecticut and the Maduro. Those are small format cigars. Those cigars have done gangbusters for us. Really aggressive price point for really high quality cigars. Kind of gives Henderson an opportunity to work with a little bit smaller leaves
Yeah.
that won't work for a Robusto, Toro, or Gordo. But we were able to make good use of those and make the two small format. But while we're talking about the commitment issues, both small format, those are coming back. So we those have been aged, they're ready to ship. But we have something brand new, and that's Hush Money.
Hush money.
So Hush Money is not necessarily small format, but it's going to kind of go along with the line that we have with commitment issues, broadleaf, and Connecticut. It's a true Corona with a pigtail. But tell us a little bit about that blend.
So that blend, I will tell you something. That's over 10 years old blend. That's a blend that I create, like one of the first blend that I create back in the days. Um, but I did like a couple twists because some of the tobacco that I used to use like for that blend back in the day, we don't grow those tobacco anymore. So we did some twists to some tobacco that tastes a little bit more similar. And then that was a blend that I did for myself. I also picked the size that I was a size that it's a classic Corona, something that I used to smoke back in the days when I was younger. So that was my size, and so I did a bunch of those cigars for me. With no goal, when you start a factory and you say like maybe I do a little something like with the name of the factory, and then you get too busy with the brand and all that, and it was like Brandon, like I did this for me, but I think like there is not a better hand that cigar can end up. So
Yeah, it's a great blend. And I think it's kind of cool the history of the blend that was one of your first blends early on. But we'll be bringing that in. It's going to be, like I said, a true Corona.
yeah,
It's got a pigtail on it. And we're bringing it in under the name Hush Money. So those
Corojo wrapper also, Corojo Ecuadorian,
medium strength.
medium strength.
Yeah, it's a great cigar. I think it's going to hit a lot of people. If you want something a little earlier in the day and you're a full-bodied smoker, it's got enough body and richness to it that you'll enjoy it. But the nicotine doesn't feel too strong in it, so I think a milder cigar smoker can enjoy it as well. I think it's going to fall right in between the commitment issues, Connecticut, and the Maduro.
It's a easy cigar, like that's not a cigar that you're gonna be like it have like a super complexity, it's a more a cigar that an everyday cigar, I would
Yeah,
say. The way that I smoke the cigar, I always have a pack of those in my car,
yeah,
so every time that I'm driving, like that's a cigar that I pick,
yeah.
easy, good anytime. So I think you guys gonna also enjoy that cigar the same way.
And then we finished up the anniversary cigar. And what's kind of funny, we talked about that box press Habano blend, and we thought maybe that would be an anniversary blend. And we made that cigar not knowing exactly what we were going to do with it. Like I said, we found a home for it, but
I've been trying to change to like a brand of brain in terms of the size, you know, to do something different, but he stick with the Corona. So
well, it's been what we've done since day one, and we talked about changing it, but we end up finding a blend that is phenomenal.
yeah,
We literally settled on it like today. We went back and forth. I had a few different wrapper variations, a couple different binder variations, and we end up going with something that we already kind of had like in the works, but frankly, it was just the best. And we were eating dinner about an hour ago, and Henderson said, "That's the blend, right?"
that's the blend.
That's the blend. So tell them a little bit about that blend. I know you don't like to disclose all the fillers and some of your special projects, but tell them what you can tell them about the new anniversary cigar that'll be coming out in October.
I mean, that's a blend that is being created like to stimulate your palate in a different way. I would say the approach with that blend is like the richness, the sweetness, some nice bite. You know, it's like I feel like you don't miss anything about this cigar. The amount of flavor that you get out of that cigar, if you're looking for something super rich, that does survive your palate, you know, not a lot of spice. It's just the perfect amount of strength and flavor. That's a cigar, man. I will say something like a dirt. I just had to smoke like one cigar that I will say give you a similar experience, not in terms of like a flavor profile, but like how rich it is and have a strength without sacrificing any flavor. That is a King's Gold.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit lighter than the King's Gold, but it's like that rich. Like you don't need, like it's a cigar that you don't need like any compliment. Like you don't need to have like any pairing. Like if I ask you like with why I should smoke that cigar, like wine or rum, nah,
No, you
like
should
man, just
you
by
should
itself,
sit
the
down and
flavor,
enjoy it.
the flavor of that cigar is so rich and good that you don't want nothing to change your palate.
So just kind of a little like backstory on how these things work. So Henderson and I have decided on that blend. Like I said, there was like 3 or 4 different variations that we were playing with, slightly tweaked blends, different wrappers, different binder wrapper combination. And some of those cigars were really good.
Yeah.
Like we have some cigars here that are really good.
Yep.
That I think that we could take to market and consumers would enjoy.
And like that's the way that you blend, right? Like out of 3 cigars that we did this week, beside the blend that we pick, there were one that you really like it, right?
Yeah.
You asked me like, what you think? I was like, I think it's great, but I feel like it needs to be refined, right?
Yeah.
But this is that's how it works. Like I already have a base of an amazing blend. I just need to keep working on it. So that can be something that can be used maybe for a future,
Yeah.
maybe for next year. You know?
Yeah, and that's how a lot of these things come about. So, you know, when Henderson and I are playing and we're working on blends, sometimes we frankly, some blends just don't work.
Yeah.
And we shelf those blends and we quit talking about them. But there's other blends that we come up with and we're like, we could go to market with this. I think consumers would like it. It's just not anniversary cigar. It's not Adventura. It's not Renegade.
Remember, like every time that we make the new anniversary, we trying still to like pass the expectation of the 8, right?
Yeah.
Everybody went crazy for the 8, so every year is like is this one better than the 8? I think we got it. I mean, I asked you people, right? Like, what do you think about the new year, right?
You know what's funny about releasing those cigars, though? We kind of had a funny moment at the anniversary party where Henderson asked if the 15 was better than the 8. And I think that the overwhelming answer was no, the 8's still the best cigar we've created together. And maybe that's true. But what's funny is that cigar was released that day and people had smoked it for the first time. And I got a lot of like head nods, like, yeah, you guys did good on this cigar. But it was like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, when everybody came and said, I wish I'd bought more. That cigar is incredible. So I think sometimes like it just takes
It
two or
just
three
take a-
times to
it
smoke
takes a
it.
little time.
You know, we were outside, people were having drinks, we had food, they opened a fresh box, and they liked it, like I said. But it was a few weeks later when I really got the accolades on that cigar that I think you and I were both
Yeah.
looking for that night.
And that's not the moment that you sit down and enjoy a cigar, right? That's a
No.
moment that you're drinking, you're in a party, you're socializing,
Yeah,
maybe not paying attention, not in the perfect environment to enjoy a cigar. Uh, but then you get to sit down and enjoy, the blend.
yeah. Our goal is really that when we create that cigar is like it needs to be special. It needs to be a cigar that like you want to be uninterrupted when you smoke it.
Yep.
And I find there to be cigars. We talked a little bit about Hush Money, and I think he kind of downplayed Hush Money a little bit. But I think kind of where he was going with that, or my opinion is, that is more of a classic cigar.
Yeah.
It is more of a traditional classic cigar. Like you said, you can smoke it, you can enjoy the cigar, but it's not a cigar that you really have to be alone with. And I
No.
think when we create the anniversary cigar, my goal is to kind of push you to find something where I want people to go, look, leave me alone for an hour. I want to be.
This is something special.
This is
right?
something special. Anyway, short is, I think we found it. I'm excited. That's going to go into production now. That way it's got about 8 or 9 months post-roll age on
Yep.
it by the time that it hits our store. And then anything new you want to tell us about as we wrap up this kind of recap video?
About what?
Anything you got exciting going on? Anything new you want to talk about?
About Ventura?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of new things coming this year. We have the new Black Theme Parlay.
Yeah.
That is a third of the Pirate that we're gonna release. I think that's gonna be the end of the second chapter of Aventura for the core. This is something unique. We using Sumatra Cuban wrapper on that cigar that we never had before in our portfolio. I mean, it's a different cigar. Like it doesn't taste like any Aventura. I hope that you guys can have a prototype test on the Captain Collection that we released last year.
Yeah.
We're gonna have we did a little twist on the blend to make it a little bit more rich and maybe a little bit stronger. And this is something that is coming for PCA this year. Also, we have the 10th anniversary that I didn't allow no one to try it yet because for us this is something special. This year is gonna be the 10th anniversary for Adventura. It's been a decade already that I started this adventure. It's crazy just to think like it's been 10 years, man.
It does.
And we're trying to put something very special. I don't want to unveil nothing about this project yet.
I hadn't been smoked this cigar yet.
No one. And the other thing that we have coming is the second batch of the High Tide that was very successful also for us. I mean, High Tide is the same blend of the Blue Eye Jack that has been one of the most successful blend that we have in the 10 years that we have the company. And we decided to do a Maduro version, so that we kill it with this one. And also expect sometime this year La Llorona new size. I will keep it like unclosed yet, what is gonna be the new size of La Llorona, but it's gonna be sexy. I know you guys are gonna have fun about it. What else? We have also a small format of the Royal Return coming out.
Okay.
So this is something to spend. We have a lot of things, to entertain those ADV pirates out there.
Well, Henderson, thanks, man. We'll wrap up this awesome trip. I'll get some sleep. I got an early flight tomorrow morning.